What is up, everybody? Welcome to Dreamcasting, episode 10, the Fantastic Four edition.
I love the picture that you gave Ethan.
Of course, I did. It's so good. So welcome to Dreamcasting, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Not work. What the fuck is a work? I'm here with Mr. Fantastic himself, Ben.
No. And I swear we didn't cast me as Mr. Fantastic.
We should have.
I don't think I'm ever going to cast myself again.
Stretchy boy.
Stretchy boy.
Stretchy boy.
We are also here with the key holder of Castle Grayskull himself,
What?
Ethan.
Wait. Skeletor's from Snake Mountain, bro.
But doesn't he live in Castle Grayskull?
Castle Grayskull's where He-Man is.
He-Man's trash.
Man, you don't know shit about He-Man.
You're right. Okay. Well, anyway, welcome to Dreamcasting. Hope you guys are having a good week. This week we're doing not Doctor Doom. We're doing Fantastic Four. Doctor Doom will be a part of that. The show's already going off the rails, so we're gonna have a good one.
Doctor Doom is the best part of it.
So for those of you who have never watched Dreamcasting, first of all, welcome. We appreciate you tuning in and checking us out. How the show works is every week we spin a wheel at the end of the show that determines our fate for the next week. And last week we did Ben 10, which was just off. It was awful.
A trip.
It was terrible. It was bad, dude. We spun the wheel and we landed on Fantastic Four.
Which is much more reasonable.
It's much more reasonable. Image Comics Cinematic Universe next, please. Image Comics is very difficult to tackle. Eileen said, technically, just Caleb is going off the rails right now. You're right. I'm completely going off the rails. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a day. PlayStation had their press conference, and I'm all sweaty from it. So,
unrelated. But
yeah, it's completely. But yeah, so we spin the wheel, and then we landed on Fantastic Four this week. So we are going to go over that and cast our live-action reboot.
I guess you could say reboot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not necessarily taking inspiration from any of the other live action
because they're all shit.
There's not one good Fantastic Four me that's ever been made. Yep. So
Eileen said Image Comics would be so cool. I agree. Image Comics would be a fun one to do. So the thing with Fantastic Four is it's had many. I think there's been 3 different film franchises with it. And they're all bad.
Yeah.
Sadly. Yeah, they're all bad, which is a shame. But we'll get more into Fantastic Four. Right now, we're going to get into the rules on how Ben and I make our picks. So, number 1, your picks must be living. You cannot pick any dead actors, so you can't pick Marlon Brando. You can't... Faye Dunaway still alive? I'm trying to change it up this week.
Faye Dunaway is still alive.
Yeah, Audrey Hepburn, Alan Rickman.
No Snape.
Yeah, you can't pick anyone dead. Rule number 2, if the franchise is already a movie series, you cannot use any of the current actors. So for Fantastic Four, we can't cast Jessica Alba as the Invisible Woman or Michael Chiklis as the Thing, which is damn shame.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And rule number 3, we are not pitching the movie, just the actors to play the characters. We will pitch, I'm sure, ideas for what the characters are going to be, but we're not pitching plot, direction, story, anything like that. We're just trying to pick who's going to be our dream cast to play these characters. So with that being said...
I've always liked the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
I've more appreciated them as Marvel's first
history.
Thing,
Yeah,
it's for the history of everything.
Right.
They haven't really been in the limelight or really popular in the past decade or so.
Because the movie franchises,
and then didn't they cut off the comics too for a little while?
Well, they fell into the merchandising fiasco between Disney and Fox when Marvel cut out all the merch with X-Men and Fantastic Four and all the characters that they owned. The thing, so I'm a huge comic Fantastic Four fan. When I was growing up, the first books I read as a kid were Fantastic Four, Daredevil, Batman, and Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. And the thing with Fantastic Four for me, it's like the reason I like them so much is because of that history.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, because they're Marvel's first family, but it's like also kind of like almost their first team in a way too, because it's
really Marvel's first property, isn't it? Like,
well, Johnny Storm was the Human Torch, and then like Johnny Storm was a central character first, and then they branched it out into Fantastic Four and stuff like that. But they are one of the oldest Marvel properties, like older than the X-Men, older than Spider-Man. Like they came out around, because Namor was also a thing in the 40s when Marvel started.
The Submariner.
Yeah, the Submariner.
Yeah, I was right. The first Marvel superhero was Human Torch. With
Johnny Storm. Yeah. So, and then he started it, and then they reworked him into the Fantastic Four. And for those of you who don't know what the Fantastic Four is or who they are, basically it's like Marvel's really first attempt at getting into kind of the Jack Kirby kind of cosmic stuff, because they're really big on going to space and space exploration. It's kind of like Star Trek in a sense, but for superheroes, because they're all about like discovering and reaching new heights for science, basically, is what the original runs were, and especially in the Marvel Masterworks stuff. Yeah. So, and it's morphed over the years into more interpretations and stuff. Their main villain is Doctor Doom, of course, that's the picture of him in Ethan's lovely box. But without the Fantastic Four, you don't get Silver Surfer, you don't get Galactus, you don't get people like that. So, film franchise-wise, you guys probably are it's bad. You guys are probably most familiar with the Tim Story ones. I think it was Tim Story, right?
Yeah.
But that's the one with Jessica Alba, Ian Grufford, Michael Chiklis, and Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, bro.
As Johnny Storm. Yeah, so
I'll still say that's good casting. Like,
he's
Human Torch.
Yeah, and that's he's great. He's the best part about the movie.
To be honest, with those first couple, technically not first, but the one that everyone knows, but those movies, probably really the casting really isn't the problem with those movies.
No, they all looked the part. It's just
the
direction, and it suffers from early 2000 superhero problems where they didn't know what the fuck to do with any of it, and then Spider-Man came along, and it's all that. And then there's the reboot with Miles Teller and all those, and that's the biggest. We saw that in theaters, and
that.
I remember we were sitting in the rows, and there was that one guy that was with us in the theater. It was just like us and him,
only one person.
And Dr. Doom showed up on the screen, and he stood up, and he goes, "Man, what the fuck is this?" So, Eileen said Chris Evans was the only saving grace in that movie. I mean,
here,
yeah. And that's the thing. So, you guys are probably asking, well, you've only named 2 Fantastic Four franchises.
That was actually a third one.
There's actually a third one, and it is from 1994. And Roger Corman was going to he made a Fantastic Four movie, but
it never got released.
It never got released. And a lot of people don't know about this. It's one of those film nugget kind of things where the general public doesn't know, but if you're into movies and weird obscure B movies, you know about it. It's honestly, it's the closest representation to the comics that we've gotten, but it's totally, it's garbage.
Not to its credit.
Yeah, it's bad. So
I mean, I will say, out of all the Fantastic Four movies, I would be willing to watch this one the most.
Yeah, because it's so bad and
it's good.
Of its time, it's good.
Exactly. Yeah, Michael brings up the point. Roger Corman is the grandfather of go-to B movies.
Yes.
So didn't he also make the old Captain America movie?
I don't know if he made it, but it is very much in that vein.
Yeah, it's very much in that vein.
Yeah, that's when they were doing the Thors and the whole TV show and the Spider-Man in Japan, and they were really trying to figure out a way to get these properties onto the screen or onto the TV set. So, with all that being said, I thought I would treat the chat. And I'm going to, I dug, first of all, I had to dig to find this, but I found it on some random YouTuber's channel in a high enough quality where I can show it. I'm going to show you guys the trailer for 1944's Fantastic
94.
Or
It
19...
didn't come out during...
Not 1944, 1994. I'm sorry. That's a whole different movie. Exactly. All right, so we're going to watch this, and we'll be back in a minute. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this in chat, because have you seen this movie, Ben?
I've seen enough of it.
Okay, I've seen it. Like it's just it's beautiful. So here we go, guys.
From the pages of the world's greatest comic book adventure, 4 heroes on a daring mission in space, but something went wrong. Genetically transformed, they become the most powerful superheroes of all time. The forces of evil are out to destroy their cosmic power. Find them! And to survive, they must utilize all their strength. To put an end to their arch nemesis.
Doom, it's clobbering time.
The Fantastic Four.
Holy cow.
Oh boy.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Now I let it run because it never showed up in theaters. That's why I wanted everyone to see that. Coming soon in the theater you knew. It never came out. So you can only find it like on like pirated or bootleg copies of it. Or I think there's a file of it somewhere on the internet you can watch it, and that's how I watched it.
Yeah, you can find it. I will say there's a definite charm to that.
Yeah.
And
It makes me think of Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Flash Gordon,
And that's
like-
it actually, like, having seen it, it plays a lot like Flash Gordon in a way, because it's super cheesy and it's like super B movie and 90s, and like my mom just said like, so there's a reason why I'm excited to do this episode. And yeah, Snarky said for 1994 the Thing did not look that bad, and that's it didn't, and that's all practical.
Clobbering time.
It's
bro.
clobbering time.
he had like an animatronic face
Yes.
and stuff, and and when I was playing, I said to Ethan, like, man, Dr. Doom actually looks kind of
No,
alright.
that's
like,
the most. That is the most accurate looking Doom like we've got.
that we've ever gotten.
Yeah. I mean, so like that's
never gotten.
or yeah. So that's my thing. I'm excited for this because this is one of those properties where, like Doctor Strange, when it was announced, I was like, man, there's a lot of potential here, especially with the way the MCU's gone and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's one of those properties that for some reason they just haven't been able to crack the code. And I think the problem is it's because they made it too modern. I think they're trying to modernize it, but it's very much a 60s, 50s kind of property.
I also think the problem's Fox. Because
That
they have the
too,
rights to
yeah,
Fantastic
exactly.
Four.
Yeah,
And,
well, not anymore. Disney's got them.
Oh yeah, not anymore. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just one of those things that I think, given the right team and the right, time period, and if they set it up right, I think that it could be a really fun and cool thing.
Absolutely.
Because if you look at The Incredibles,
They did
The Incredibles is a Fantastic Four movie.
Pretty
Like
much.
the only thing that's different is the powers. Like it's literally
And even the powers are pretty
they're
similar.
similar enough.
Because the only one you can really trade out with is Dash and Human Torch, but,
Right.
like,
Yeah,
because the Thing, Mr. Incredible, they're both super strong. And, like Elastigirl, Mr. Fantastic.
Yep.
Stretch your powers.
Violet.
Violet.
Violet
yeah.
is straight up
Invisible.
woman.
She is invisible woman.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah, the only one that's not is Dash. Like, Dash is
and
not-
Jack Jack.
Yeah,
But he still has like the personality.
But so that's the thing, though.
Jack.
Jack is actually just like Franklin Richards, who's Sue and Reed's kids. He has like all these mutant powers. So, and Eileen brought up a good point. She said Fox ruins everything, especially the X-Men. And I think Fox has really good X-Men movies.
It is such a roller coaster with those movies.
It's a roller coaster, but they change the characters so much to service the movie as opposed to just sticking to the character.
Because on one hand, you got, Dark Phoenix, you got X-Men 3, you got Wolverine Origins, but you also have Logan, you also have X-Men 2, you also have Deadpool. It's very up and down with their handling of the.
You and I've always said for every good X-Men movie, there's a bad X-Men movie to hold its hand.
Exactly.
So it's
for every good X-Men, there's an even worse.
Michael said Fox is only good at producing football. All right. So, with all of that intro and all that introduction to Marvel's first family.
Oh boy.
Who Ethan is not the biggest fan of.
mainly Reed Richards.
Yeah. So
their villains are great. They just suck, bro.
So, with that being said, we are now officially going to cast Marvel's first family. Ben, are you ready?
No, cancel the show.
Ethan, are you ready?
I was born ready.
I was born by the river.
By the river.
In a little tent. All right. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Ben, you and I tied.
Okay, yeah.
We both picked John Krasinski.
This was like the most like. Everyone wants this. Like everyone like that I know about and like who's talked about this. I mean,
if you Google Reed Richards right now, you're
it's John Krasinski.
Krasinski's face like photoshopped onto his body like every other photo.
I think it's pretty perfect casting. Like and plus he's expressed interest in playing the role too. So like I think you have all these elements to make John Krasinski a perfect Reed Richards. I think he's the right age. I think he looks the part.
So we're wanting a mid 40s or to early
like
40s.
30s or 40s. Yeah,
okay.
I guess I prefer that age rather than the baby Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I hate
that. Like
an experienced.
Experience. Because like I think he has like the leadership capability for it because he's had those kind of commanding roles on screen before. And like. Who doesn't love Jim Halpert? He can be funny when he needs to. It's just
The thing with Reed is that Reed is a very flawed character, but he's also
in every way.
Isn't there a run where he's like an alcoholic?
Yeah, there's multiple runs where Reed basically the more he discovers, the more his brain kind of just like is like, what's the point in all of this? I'm so insignificant. Like,
because he's like the smartest character in the MCU, right? Or one of them.
In Marvel, it's Reed Richards, Tony Stark, and Spider-Man, in that order. So Reed is too smart for his own good, and it's ultimately his downfall. And you got to have someone who can capture kind of the despair that comes with that. But a good reason I picked that too is flawed character. Jim Halpert is a flawed character. Like. He's kind of an asshole when you think about it. I love Jim, but he is kind of an ass. Like
I was gonna go with something like Jack Ryan.
That too. But it's just the dude is a leading man. He's wanted to do a superhero. He has the superhero look, and man, I want to see him do like a full blown I think he can capture that kind of humble, but also flawedness that comes with Reed, and I think it's just perfect casting. So
I absolutely, I obviously agree.
Yeah. So and if this is your first time, just so you know, if Ben and I tie, we ultimately figure, then that means that's the best person for the role. If we both randomly picked him because we don't know what the other person picked. Eileen has a good point. She said he was in talks / audition for Cap. Which is
exactly.
That's a great point because he totally did, and I think he actually did a bit where he said that he saw Chris Hemsworth walk by him, and he wasn't ripped enough, and he was like, "I'm out." That's why he dropped it. So, Ethan, anything you want to add to your favorite character in Marvel?
I mean, Reed Richards is bad.
Okay, why don't you like him?
He's irritating. His power's stupid. What's he got going for him? He's smart. There's plenty of characters smart. Look at Devil Dinosaur. Dinosaur is as smart as Reed Richards, and he's a T-Rex. He's already better. All right, fucking. Let's move on. All right, let's get to a real character.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hot takes from Ethan.
So,
I'm just saying. He's the worst part of it all.
So, Reed Richards is only as good as his Sue Storm.
Okay, wait. Before you switch it.
Yes.
I already know who you picked.
Yes, you do.
I already know who you picked.
I know.
Like, and that's the main reason why I didn't pick her. So,
Yeah,
not the main reason, but I already know what he picked. He picked Emily Blunt, and it's gonna be Emily Blunt when he picks it. So,
Well, let's see if Ben's right.
it's totally Emily Blunt.
I picked Emily Blunt.
It's Emily Blunt.
Shocker.
Shocker.
Okay.
I picked my girl, Michelle Monaghan.
You picked Michelle Monaghan.
Yes, I picked Michelle Monaghan.
Eileen said he talks about it all the time, Ben. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'll just start with Emily Blunt. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna go for it.
Okay. Like I said, Reed Richards is only going to be as good as his Sue Storm. Okay. The main component of the Fantastic Four is that family dynamic between Reed and Sue. Okay. And what better way to get that than to cast one of the best female actresses working right now, and she's already John Krasinski's wife, and she looks the part. Dude, she would kill it as Sue. She would capture that spunkiness with Sue. She would be a fantastic pick as Sue Storm. She looks the part. She's got the acting chops, more than capable to play it. She's done the action roles. She's also already has a deeper chemistry with John Krasinski than anyone else will ever have because they're married. I rest my case.
Okay, I picked Michelle Monaghan. I absolutely love this actress. She's been in the biz for a while, and some of my like cult hit favorites like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Go watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. You haven't seen it.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's awesome in it, and that's just a great movie.
Yep.
She's in the Mission Impossible movies. She's great in those. She plays Tom Cruise's wife, and she's had a great acting repertoire with things like True Detective and I almost said Eagle Eye. Ooh.
Eagle Eye, bro.
She was great in Patriots Day. That was a good movie.
Yep.
But yeah, no, she's a really good actress, and I think she would fit this role well. Sue Storm, well, she's also kind of like Reed, where she's super smart and intelligent, because they're all scientists, you know. So I want someone who can portray the intelligence really well. I think Michelle Monaghan has that. And you know, I think honestly she would have great chemistry with John Krasinski, regardless that she's not his wife in real life. I don't think that really matters. I mean, it matters to an extent. I guess we're going to go ahead and get arguments. Matters to an extent. I do think their chemistry would be great with it, like Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. But at the end of the day, it's called acting.
Yep.
And I think that no matter, like, I think Michelle Monaghan can give that great performance. And I think we both agree that John Krasinski would give that great performance. My reason that I didn't pick Emily Blunt is because on multiple occasions, and Emily Blunt has stated that she never wants to do a superhero movie. And she has no interest in doing them. She's been asked about doing Sue Storm before, and she does not want to do it. And with that in mind, I really think that if she is going to be in this role, I think it would be more for the money and less so for the actual character. And I don't want that. I do think she would have great chemistry with John Krasinski. However, I don't want her to phone in this role, because that's what she would be doing, because she does not want to do this role.
Okay. First of all, this is Dreamcasting. We're talking in a perfect world.
I know, but like, still, it's not a perfect world. And hey,
no, because I know later this argument, if I concede, it's gonna bite me in the ass later.
Not to concede. Here's
what I'm saying. No, hold on. Here's what I'm saying.
You have to be realistic about it.
Okay, realistically, when have you ever seen Emily Blunt phone in a single performance?
This could be the first time.
At her. Yeah, this could be the first time. Let me look at her repertoire.
Okay.
Gulliver's Travels.
Oh yeah, that movie's not good.
That's not a movie. That's a book. Anyway, look.
What?
Look right here. Look right here.
Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, no. This is you're naming children's movies. No one takes those seriously.
Pony the movie.
Okay. Paul Giamatti's in Big Fat Liar. What do you want? Children's movies do not count. We're talking actual movies.
How's that an actual movie?
They were in theater.
No. You asked me what role she might have phoned in, and I gave you examples.
Listen. Okay, here's the thing.
I'm sure Michelle Monaghan has that too. She was in Pixels.
She was an Eagle Eye.
Yes, and like the argument isn't who has phoned in something. It's
that was my question. You said you're worried Emily Blunt would phone in for cash.
And like
any main screen role,
completely possible. It's completely possible.
Okay, so here's the thing: it's possible for anyone to phone in something for cash. Okay, I'm not saying, but I'm saying Emily Blunt.
I guess I was going with a more realistic route on this because I do think Emily Blunt would do good in this role if she cared about it and she wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she doesn't want to do it, and that's why I didn't pick her because she doesn't want to do it.
Here's the thing. Okay, I already know Emily Blunt and John Krasinski have.
Oh, you know them?
No, I'm saying they have fantastic chemistry because I've seen it.
Quiet Place, yeah.
Quiet Place. I've seen it on screen.
And I agree with you.
There are scenes where they don't say a thing and communicate more emotion than half the movies I've seen. Like they
but you got him killed in that movie. Do you want Reed Richards to die?
God. Do you want Reed Richards to die, Ethan?
Yes.
Okay, then. There we go. Look, here's the thing. I love Michelle Monaghan. She's a great actress. She's fantastic in True Detective. She's fantastic in Mission Impossible. She's great. She's great. But when I think Sue Storm and I think that headstrong, tough, spunky, smart woman, I think Emily Blunt. I think Emily Blunt carries that. I think Emily Blunt oozes Sue Storm. And there's a reason that people have wanted her as Sue Storm for so long. She probably said, I'm never going to do it because she's probably tired of being asked. Like, she's perfect for this role. She looks like it. She acts like it. She has the acting and the action chops for it. She would be perfect.
Michelle Monaghan is spunky and vibrant in her movies too, and she has the same stuff that you're talking about. And yeah, at the end of the day, I think Michelle Monaghan also looks the part. I don't think there really is a certain look you got to really nail for her, other than being blonde, I guess. But
and even then, you don't have to do that because like Kate Mara, they just threw a wig on her.
Yeah, that was awful.
And it's very, very apparent.
And again, I think Emily Blunt is a good choice for this, but I guess I went with a more realistic route on this, and if she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't want to do it. So
to the poll.
To the poll.
Oh, we're throwing it to the straw poll. So if this is the first time you've ever watched the show, first of all, make sure you're following the channel if you're enjoying yourself, because that helps us out. We're trying to get affiliate status. How the straw poll works is Ethan is going to put in the link like he just did, and you go and vote, and we'll decide based on everything said and the straw poll and what Ethan thinks, and we'll make a decision based on who's going to play Sue Storm.
Yes.
Couple things that happened in the chat while we were talking.
We talked about how children aren't.
Oh, okay. And then Eileen said she said, "Excuse me, Emily Blunt is a star. She's not just an actress." And then she also said something Brie Larson wishes she was.
Oh, God.
Wow.
And then someone said, "Children are not people according to Club." Great. Ethan,
I'll hop on with that. Caleb doesn't care about children.
Stop!
So that's why you should vote for Michelle Monaghan.
Oh my God.
You're not a human until you have object.
Ethan, where are we at?
4-2 Emily Blunt.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
I just didn't want to have two in a row because I knew you would
that's
pick
fair.
Emily Blunt.
But would she have been your number one pick?
That's the first one I thought of because everyone's talked about it for so long.
Dude, I think she would be great though.
I think it should be great too, but yeah, I guess
think
I was
your
being
argument is really convincing, actually.
about
how she doesn't want to do it. So
she doesn't want to do it, and like, if someone doesn't want to do it, but then they're like, "Oh, here's $40 million," then okay, I'll do it. Then just phones it in. Like,
That's how that.
I don't think it's a genuine performance.
That's how they got Al Pacino and Jack and Jill.
Exactly.
So Eileen said,
I'm sure she would do a great job even if they threw $40 million at her. I'm just like, I'd want a more like someone who would care about the property. I'm not sure if Michelle Monaghan really cares about the property or not.
I mean, what's she doing?
I know that Emily Blunt doesn't care about it. So
I don't go to Fantastic Four for the movies to be good.
And that's because there hasn't been a good one.
Yeah,
yet,
we're
you know?
trying to give
So-
you the best possible version.
Yeah,
Eilena
exactly.
also said she doesn't have the star power to carry Captain Marvel. Fight me. Oh boy. Okay, so that brings
Also
us next. This brings us next to Sue Storm's brother.
I'm interested to see you picked.
Okay, I'm.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be sad.
You think? I don't think
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah, you will.
I was thinking more about the pairing with Emily Blunt when I picked this pre-warning. So I picked Taron Egerton to play Johnny Storm.
Look at him.
Look at him. Look at
Okay.
that jawline.
So
Alright.
He should play Wolverine.
What?
That's my argument.
I picked Taron Egerton to play Johnny Storm because Johnny Storm is a very quick-witted, smart ass. He's Peter Parker light, and that's why
They're
that's
best friends in the comics.
yeah, that's why Johnny and Peter are best friends in the comic books. And I picked Taron because originally I had him picked for Peter Parker before Tom Holland came out. I was like that because I saw Kingsman. I was like, man, that dude would be a really cool Peter Parker.
I agree.
But now that I think about it, I think he'd be a really cool Johnny Storm because Johnny Storm is kind of a hothead. He's no pun intended. No, he's a hothead. He's a smartass, and he's just your typical kind of like 20-year-old dude. But and
If you could set yourself on fire, that's what you would be.
yeah, exactly. But I'm based in Taron Egerton because I think I'm mostly going to be referencing Kingsman and maybe a little bit of Eddie the Eagle, but he really captures that kind of like every man thrown into kind of or every guy kind of thrown into that super fantastical world that he does, like with Kingsman and stuff, where he's a believable kind of like mid-20s person thrown into like some weird circumstances, and that's Johnny Storm. He's a 20-year-old kid thrown into some cosmic field and gets fire powers. Like it's what it is.
Classic story.
But I want to see his banter back and forth that he would have with Emily Blunt. I think it'd be really fun, and like shit, we can keep them both British because they're both British. Like, I don't care, but like you can like really have a fun banter between them, and I think that he would have a fun banter with everyone in the cast. And I mean, the dude's also, he's just a fantastic actor. He's a great new up and comer. I mean, he killed it. Like, he was Elton John. I don't know if you saw Rocket Man, but he's absolutely amazing in Rocket Man.
I still need to see Rocket Man.
It's dude, it's legit. Like, really,
yeah, I've heard
really
good.
good.
I've heard it's what Bohemian Rhapsody should have been.
That's exactly what it is. And his performance is what I was like, man, that kid from Kingsman, yeah, he's pretty good. And then because originally Tom Hardy at one point was going to play Elton John, and you and I are like, what? And then this kid comes along, and I mean, the dude is a fantastic actor. He's a chameleon. He puts everything he's into his characters, and I just think he'd be a great Johnny Storm, man. I think he'd be great.
Okay. Yeah. I picked Garrett Hedlund. If you might recognize this dude. He's not like the most like prolific like front man actor who's been in the biz, but I don't necessarily think Johnny Storm needs to be that. But you might know him from, he was in the most recent, the other Tron movie. He was in Tron Legacy. He played the lead in that. He plays one of the main brothers in Four Brothers, which
Great
is
movie.
actually
It's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie. Yeah, it's basically GTA the movie.
Yeah. Should we tell it before it's a bad guy?
He played the villain, and if you remember the movie, Caleb, I know you've seen it. Dissonance.
Oh yeah.
He plays he really like evil dude in that.
Yeah.
But the guy, he's kind of played in the background in a lot of movies. Kind of had a career. But everything I've seen him in, I've been impressed. I like the dude. He seems to like the roles that he takes. He seems to have the spunk, the kind of like not playboy really, because Johnny Storm's not really playboy. But what's the word I'm looking for? Like you said before, hot-headed nature of Johnny Storm, but like a lot of Garrett Hedlund's roles have been like hot-headed dudes and like dudes kind of on the like brink and everything. So I honestly think he would be a good choice for this because he's played similar roles in the sense that Johnny Storm's a thrill seeker. He's you know, kind of, I don't want to say playboy. He's not a playboy, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like I think he and looks the part. He's tall and slender, and Johnny Storm's tall, slender. I think Taron Egerton's a good choice. I do. I don't really have much to go against for him because like I agree. I think he would have been a good choice for Spider-Man. I think Tom Holland rocks it, but you know, if they had to check second choice, Taron Egerton.
I always thought Taron Egerton would be a good like college Spider-Man.
Yeah. However, like I guess the only thing I would have him is Taron Egerton's more like stocky, short and stocky. Not short, but like I've always imagined Human Torch like maybe like more like taller and slender, but
yeah,
I think it's not really.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I like Garrett Hedlund too. My only issue with Broad.
Also, one more thing with Garrett Hedlund. I think Garrett Hedlund plays in like the ensemble cast really well. And since this is an ensemble cast, he fills those roles really well. Again, with like Four Brothers and Death Sentence. Yeah, and also he was in that Mudbound movie a few years ago that I heard was pretty good on Netflix. But
my thing with Garrett Hedlund is Johnny Storm is very much a comedic relief character. Like even in the comics, like he's quippy and smart ass.
And at the end of the day, I think that comes
down to writing. Yeah, I do. But I also think a part of it comes down to being able to sell the jokes a little bit. And I just think that Taron does that a little bit more than Garrett. Because like Garrett, like I like the dude in the things he's in. Like he does brooding and kind of like twisted and down on his luck really well, if that makes sense. And I think
and that's perfect for the Fantastic Four because they're kind of forced these powers onto them. They don't really necessarily want these powers.
And I get that, but the moral and the importance is them overcoming and using the powers. And
exactly, they would do that.
And like I know for a fact Taron Egerton can do that because they really covered Elton John's drug abuse like really well in Rocket Man, and they show him overcome it. Like that just comes down to just writing again. But I don't know. I get the tall look, but like for me, it's just like Garrett Hedlund to me is more of a brooding character, and Johnny Storm really needs to be light. Because that was the problem with Fant Forestick was they made like everyone dark and brooding, and like Johnny Storm was like the most like brooding out of all of them. In a weird way where he's like depressed and cracking jokes at the same time. It just doesn't work.
I don't know. The Thing getting beat by his
older
brother.
That's different. That's a whole other bag of messes that we don't need to open. But I just personally think Taron fits the bill a little more. Yeah, Garrett's great. I love him. He's good and stuff. I just think for specifically Johnny, I think he just captures it a little bit more. What do you think, Ethan?
I don't like Garrett Hedlund's face.
Oh, well, I don't know how to defend against that. So what do you want to do?
I don't know. I mean, we can put it in a straw poll. It's not really like a good reason just to put it there. When I'm looking at the two of them, Garrett Hedlund's face makes me upset. I wouldn't want to see him on the screen.
Chat, what do you think? Let us know in the chat.
What?
I'm just saying. That's just what I feel.
Chat, let us know what you think. Ethan, are you going to throw the straw poll?
Yeah, I'll put the straw poll. I mean, I just look at the two of them.
Yeah.
I don't like his face. I don't know.
Look, I mean, here's the thing. When you saw Taron Egerton, I kind of saw your eyes be like, oh, shit, that's a good pick. Like, a little bit.
It is a good pick.
Yeah, I like Garrett, too. I just think...
I was going to say he's a little young compared to the other actors, but he's 31. So it's just like...
Yeah. And that's but that's the thing. It's like,
and as we've said many times, age doesn't.
Age doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well, and Johnny's supposed to be if Reed Richards is like 40 something, and Sue's going to be probably around that age. Like, it makes sense for Johnny to be like early 30s. Like,
so I mean, he's the youngest out of all.
Yeah.
Of them,
so youch. What does youch mean?
Me saying
Garrett
Garrett.
had
Is that what it was for? Okay.
Yeah, like me saying I don't like his face.
Is it just because it's like a punchable face, or is it?
I even went to look at different photos of him, and like every time I looked at him, I was just like, I just don't like this guy's face.
Right,
I don't know.
Ethan is the
It
judge,
just
jury, and
makes me
executioner. So
just
Ethan,
makes me
what's that?
upset.
What's that straw pull at?
2-1, Taron Edgerton.
Do we want to let it go, or do we want to pull it?
I mean, we can pull the trigger on it.
Okay,
That's fine. I like
Okay.
Taron Egerton.
that's a.
Taron Edgerton's good.
I want to see more stuff. I think he'd be better as Wolverine.
Do you really?
I don't know.
I think
I
it's.
guess
Young
we'll see.
Wolverine.
I don't think
Put
he's
some
hairy.
facial hair on him. Put some facial hair on him, maybe. We'll
I
see.
still submit.
Strapped to some knives to his knuckles, and you got a
Mhm.
Wolverine.
I still submit Danny DeVito for Logan. That's just me. All right, so that brings us next to Ben Grimm.
Wait, do we have an X-Men episode?
We do have an X-Men episode
Okay.
coming up.
Potentially.
We have X-Men, Spider-Man, and Batman for sure.
Okay.
I think we also have Superman, but I'm not sure on that one. So, okay, so that brings us next to Ben Grimm,
Heck
aka
yeah.
The Thing, aka one of the
Better
coolest...
Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So we got Ben Grimm.
Mm.
And Ben, you picked Mike Coulter.
I did pick Mike
aka
Coulter.
Luke Cage.
Yeah. My main reason for this is I think Mike Coulter was given a cold one. I think all of the Marvel Netflix.
Yeah,
people-
bro. Don't even get me started about Daredevil.
Like, I think they were cut short. I think they weren't really given a chance to really shine.
Yes.
And I just want him to give another shot to a superhero character,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he would do a great Ben Grimm. I think, like, I'm not going to say The Thing and Luke Cage are similar per se,
They
but
punch.
They punch.
they're both invincible dudes.
One says
who,
it's
like,
clobbering time. The other says sweet Christmas.
They have their catchphrases and
Pretty
everything.
close.
And Mike Coulter's kind of proven himself with Luke Cage to do the superhero property right, because I think he did a great job as Luke Cage. I think you'd agree.
Uh-huh.
Both like that and Jessica Jones. And like,
I mean, the
he's-
dude's Luke Cage, like to it.
yeah, the dude's Luke Cage.
He's
yeah.
Luke Cage.
Yeah. And
That's
I
great.
really want to just give him another chance,
Yeah.
because they Netflix did him dirty.
Netflix did him real dirty. Okay, so
Give this man his chance.
so speaking of Netflix stars, I also picked a Netflix star. I picked David Harbour, who plays Chief Hopper in Stranger Things. He was also Hellboy, and he's also in Black Widow coming up, which he plays Red Star, which is pretty cool.
He looks like the best character in that
Dude,
movie,
I know he
not gonna
does.
lie.
He's just a Russian Captain America.
awesome.
But
Kind of overweight.
yeah, but so I picked David Harbour, and it's interesting that we both picked kind of similar, I feel, for this reason. So Ben Grimm is not uber smart. He's not uber anything. He's literally the guy that he's Reed
the
Richards'
muscle.
best friend, but he gets roped into going onto the trip with him that gives him the powers. And he's a blue collar dude, like blue collar through and through. And he has like the most tragic story
got
out
heart.
of all of them. Like,
Because look at him. Yeah.
yeah, like, because he's the one that gets turned into a literal rock monster. And I feel like we both kind of picked guys that do blue collar
Some-
really well.
Yeah, exactly. We kind of picked both of our choices
Yeah.
for the same reasons.
The I picked because I actually thought of Mike Coulter at one point, but then I was like, but man, I already see him as Luke Cage, and like he's so perfect as Luke Cage, and like I get it. I think he'd be great. He'd be a great pick, and I picked David Harbour kind of because like Red Star is cool, but like I think he would really
He could do so much better.
Exactly. That's my
Yeah.
thing. It's like he would be a
I'm not
great
gonna-
thing.
One-off character.
I'm not going to say that they wasted him because I haven't seen the movie yet.
Right,
The movie
no,
doesn't look bad.
no.
But like I kind of wanted them to save David Harbour for
Well, yeah,
something else.
because
in the
this
Marvel
dude
property.
is such a fantastic actor, and
love the
everyone,
dude.
he's such a great actor in Stranger Things. Everyone, regardless of what you think of Stranger Things, everyone loves Hopper. Everyone's like, man, this guy's great.
He's the best part of the show.
Exactly. And like, even the people that said Hellboy was god awful, they're like, but he was great as Hellboy. Like,
I mean, I always thought that was good casting too.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing.
It made sense.
The dude is ready to break out into that one role, and I think him playing the Thing would be a really fun, kind of interesting look where you can get kind of that sarcastic blue-collar asshole attitude that the Thing has, but he can also bring in the tragedy a little bit. And I think Mike Coulter can do that too. I think honestly both of these actors are in the exact same spot that they're at.
I think this comes down to taste.
Yeah. And I
think David Harbour's a great choice for this too because I love David Harbour. I'm not gonna lay down and die on this one because
it's great either way.
Yeah, I think they're great.
Yeah,
I don't really like.
I will say personally, if I was going to pick, and this isn't if I was just looking at it, I would say David Harbour has a little more.
He does have a little more quippiness.
But he also has a little more experience than Mike Coulter, because Mike Coulter really only has, like, at least mainstream-wise, Mike Coulter only really has, like, Luke Cage, and he has that Halo show that he did. But, like, you know what I mean? But, like...
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a TV actor, that's for sure. Mike Coulter is.
Ex-Baseball 1099 said, want to become famous by followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Nice. A bot.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Man, I love bots.
I do too. But yeah, so I that would be my only edge, really, with David Harbour. I think his voice would be a little bit more, I don't know. It's just, I think the quip and the delivery would be a little better from Harbour, but it is what it is. Jackie said you've really made it now. I guess we have a bot. So, what do you think?
Huh?
Ben, what do you think? It's a Sophie's choice. Like, not in that, not like, that it's an actual Sophie's choice. But
I don't disagree with you on anything that you said.
Okay, so let's just throw it to the straw.
I think that's the best. If I had to say anything, but it doesn't really matter at all, I've seen David Harbour be more of like a bitch in a lot of his movies. So the Thing isn't that, but I mean,
the Thing can be. He can be a bitch. It's fine.
Yeah, because like, if you ever seen like a freaking Equalizer,
Eileen said, "There goes Caleb not caring about children again." Man, I'm gonna get flagged. This is bad. We're gonna break TOS because I apparently don't care about kids.
You can hate kids.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Ethan. I feel like you're the expert on that.
It's fine.
But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the show, make sure you're following the channel if you're not already to get notified when we go live every Wednesday at 7. We have a couple more characters here. We're going to start getting into the villains and the interesting stuff outside of the main cast. So make sure to follow the channel if you're enjoying the stream. We really appreciate you guys supporting and watching. And those of you that watch weekly, we love you all. You're the best. And we want everyone to become a part of the pod. So thank you.
Pod.
And for those of you who don't know what the pod is a group of orcas.
The pod.
So, Ethan, what does your crystal ball say?
Nothing.
No, about the straw poll.
Oh, 3-0 David Harbour.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Wow.
I think David Harbour's a good choice.
I love David Harbour.
Like, my thing with like Mike Coulter is I just wanted to give him another chance, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, dude. I fucking love Mike Coulter, but
like,
he's so good as Luke Cage. I'm like, don't take that away. Like,
yeah, I guess so.
Too late. It already happened.
I know it sucks.
Too late.
He would be an interesting Spawn.
Honestly,
he would be really good at Spawn.
I think that's great. Like, I think he would be a great Spawn.
He'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
Whatever you guys. Sorry if you don't know about Spawn. He's 90s. He's the entire 90s decade captured as a superhero. No, we took it out because we were like, no one's gonna know what Spawn is. Like,
some people will. But.
Okay, so next, Ethan.
It's your boy.
We got the greatest villain in Marvel Comics, maybe tied with Magneto, but he's right up there.
Oh God!
Wait! Before we start this, wasn't there a cartoon where Mr. Fantastic defeats Magneto with a wooden gun?
Yes. That was in the 60s, I believe. We don't talk about those. Those are bad. Okay, so next we've got Dr. fucking Doom.
Doom, baby.
Ben, who did you pick?
Awesome.
I picked Pedro Pascal.
Should we explain Doom before we get
Oh
started?
yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I
go
mean,
for it.
he's
Okay.
evil.
So Doctor Doom,
Evo.
Doctor Doom is Reed Richards' arch rival, stemming back to when they were in college together. They end up on the spaceship when they all get powers, and Doctor Doom gets manipulated, basically, in like externally his body beyond like recognition. That's why he wears his Doom armor. He actually ends up running the country of Latveria, and he's like a supreme dictator that is loved by all, and his people view him as a god.
He's awesome.
He is one of the best villains of all time. He's incredible, and they've never done him justice, and it pisses me off. Like
anything villain you can imagine.
He single-handedly rivals the Avengers.
Like, if the MCU continues well, he needs to be the next Thanos.
Yes,
that's how good he is. That's how important he is.
He's better than Thanos.
And he's a man. He's not cosmic. He's a man.
He's just evil. He's just evil.
He is just Doom. I love Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom is, God, he's almost Shakespearean in a way. Like, he's so fucking cool. And the way he talks, the way he presents himself, like, the dude rode Thor's hammer out of hell to get back at Reed. Like, the dude knows no bounds. Like, so for that reason, you got to have a commanding voice to play Doctor Doom. You got to have a strong actor.
Yeah.
And I picked Javier Bardem to play Doctor Doom.
I think it's a good choice.
Javier Bardem does menacing, he does smart, he does calculating, he does cold, and he has a voice that echoes through your fucking soul, and that's what Doom needs.
I think he looks cuddly.
I guess I'll go. I picked Pedro Pascal. You probably know him if you've seen Game of Thrones. You probably might have not known him because he plays the Mandalorian.
Yep.
Narcos.
Yeah, he's in Narcos. He's
in
bringing up Kingsman again. He was in the Kingsman sequel, which he was good in that.
Yep.
He was very good.
Yeah. But I love the dude. Everything I've seen and known, and kind of like Javier. I think he really has a commanding presence when he's on screen. Everyone fell in love with him on Game of Thrones and just threw up when he. No, spoiler. Anyway, but yeah, the Viper. But yeah, kind of like Javier, he has a very commanding performance. And a big reason why I picked him is he's kind of proven himself to be like commanding and menacing, even though he's not emoting and he's hiding behind the mask.
Yeah.
In The Mandalorian.
That's fair.
So that's a big reason I picked him because you kind of need that too. And yeah, so.
Interesting.
I picked him because he wore a mask.
I cut myself off because I saw Javier. I just wanted to see what Caleb had to like counter because I'm curious.
Here's my thing. Okay, I've never been afraid of Pedro Pascal.
I mean, like because
I have been afraid of Javier Bardem.
He hasn't really played like I guess like villainous roles before, and I guess Javier has that up on him.
But that's my thing.
Different about that if Pedro Pascal had been Sicario.
But that's the other thing. Well, that wasn't Javier.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Javier Bardem was in No Country for Old Men, though.
I know.
Okay, I was just making sure you knew. Learning.
He was making a joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. No, but in No Country for Old Men, terrifying. In Mother, he plays a very calculating but terrifying version of God. Like, the dude is commanding as fuck, but you also need to be afraid of Doom, and you need to have someone that just has a presence that when they walk in the room, you're just like, nope, I'm afraid of him, because that's what Doom is. You have to believe this dude can take on the Avengers single-handedly. You have to believe that he can pick up Thor's hammer and ride out of hell. The dude I think he beat up Galactus at one point. Like, Doom is fucking insane, and you have to have an actor who has that's just that gravitas that Javier Bardem has, man. I think that he's such an imposing presence every time he's on screen, no matter what he's in. And, like, I love Pedro. I think he's a great actor. I think he's awesome as Mandalorian. I think he's great as the Viper. But man, I do not feel that intensity when he's on screen like I do with Javier. And Eileen said, but if the main reason to be scared of Doom is because he's just a man driven by evil and revenge, a more average-sized man would be terrifying and play that character trait better. I don't agree with that because I think that Doom is massive. Like, he's big. He's a big dude, and he's towering and imposing. That's the whole point.
And with, like, you know... I don't know the guy's heights. I'm not gonna look it up.
Yeah, the height. They're both tall. You can put them on the list. If you can make Tom Cruise look tall, you can make anyone look tall.
You can make these guys look big. I don't disagree with Javier Bardem and your choices why you picked him because he is commanding. He's a very intimidating presence on screen. You need that for Doom.
That voice.
But with Pedro Pascal, Doom also has the softer side. He also he also like. The side that wants to get back at Reed Richards, like kind of like revenge and everything, and like Pedro Pascal, he's all about that, yo. So, it's really hard to argue against Javier Bardem because it's
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem, like multiple Oscar nominated Javier Bardem. He's wonderful. Yeah, exactly, Eileen. Because that's one kind of reason I picked it. Because like he's played characters that have gone down that path of revenge to like cause like a blindness to them, and he can really connect with that role. And Dr. Doom is really that. He's so blinded to revenge, that whatnot. But Javier Bardem, I can't argue against this guy. It's too good.
And that's why he would be such a good Doom, bro. Because you gotta have someone who can carry the weight of Doom. It's not like that's the problem that all the Doom interpretations have had, is that they're either a pretty boy or that they're too comically evil, or like they give him lightning powers, which don't even get me fucking started on. Like, you gotta have someone who can chew the scenery and carry Doom. Flat out. And Jackie said they can both do quietly intimidating very well. Yes, but Javier Bardem can also do loud intimidate. You need someone.
I mean, so can Pedro. Like,
yeah, but he just died by the mouth.
And Dr. Doom loses all the time, So
well, not always.
I know, but at the end of the day, these are superhero movies and superhero properties.
But that again comes
the
out
heroes. The heroes win.
Ethan, what do you think?
So,
I love Dr. Doom.
Okay.
And I think it shouldn't. I don't know. I love Javier Bardem. I love Pedro Pascal. They're both so good.
They're both so good.
It hurts me to have to pick one.
Well, you can talk to the straw and just circumvent your duties as the judge.
Javier Bardem is way more of a villain.
That's my thing.
He's way more of a villain. That's what Kendall was just saying to me.
And that's the hardest thing to argue against here, is because the Javier Bardem, like, I'm not gonna say typecast, but
there's a reason he plays villains.
He plays the villain a lot.
Oh yeah, he does have charisma too. Javier does. Dr. Doom needs to be a godlike figure.
Yes. So we're just gonna circumvent the vote,
unless the chat's pissed against it. Like I think
you can't be mad about Javier.
Yeah, I think Javier Bardem's fine. I think this is your Bond week because you care about the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So much more than me.
I'm the only one.
Pedro Pascal.
Like, man, I like the Fantastic
What's
Four,
crazy?
Like,
so when we finished the show last week. I sent this list to Ethan in 15 minutes.
Literally after the show was done.
I was like, "Here's my list." He was like, "What?"
For comparison, Ben sent me his list yesterday, and I had to remind him to do it.
I've had this list in my head for like 4 years, bro. Like, come on, give it. Like,
I had like the main cast down for.
Yeah, no, he just had to figure out a couple things at the end.
Yeah, the one I thought longest about was Doom, because like. I've bounced back and forth so many times on Doom. He's so good.
let's get to the weirdest villain of the Fantastic Four.
We're going to Silver Surfer next.
Yeah, it's the weirdest villain of the Fantastic Four.
He's not a villain.
He's weird. He's like a villain.
He's weird. He's very weird. Which is why I picked Rami Malek to play Silver Surfer.
That's a good reason. That's
fine reason.
That's a good reason.
I picked Keanu because
he's also weird.
Just start with Keanu.
He's also weird, but in a wholesome way.
Yeah.
I guess you can go first, Caleb, with Rami.
Okay.
Look at him.
He looks like a Herald of Galactus, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
here's the thing with Rami. Okay, dude's a fantastic actor. Say
He's
what you want about Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's not his fault. And heavy metal, exactly. That's exactly why. My thing with Rami too is he basically plays Silver Surfer and Mr. Robot in a really weird way, because Silver Surfer is really detached and
that's a stretch.
No, it's not. Listen to where I'm going. Silver Surfer is really detached and robotic, okay? And he's very he doesn't start showing emotions until he starts to give a shit about humans, which is way down the line. But with Rami, his character in Mr. Robot is straight emotionless, robotic. He has no he carries a performance completely stoic, but you still always have an understanding of what he's feeling underneath. And that's Silver Surfer, to a T. And he would look cool in the silver paint. He'd look cool with the surfboard. I just think it'd be a fun way to bring some kind of A-list status to Silver Surfer.
If we're gonna talk about A-list,
hell yeah,
Keanu, baby. Who doesn't love Keanu?
Yeah?
Get Keanu into a superhero movie. If this is the way, this is the way. I think it would be perfect for Silver Surfer. He surfed before in Point Break. He has the stoicism for Silver Surfer.
Oh my god.
He's jacked.
He's jacked, dude. The dude can do physicality really well. He can do the fight scenes really well. Neo, we're going to talk about detached and stoic and non-emotive. Neo is basically that.
I would like to submit evidence to the court that Keanu is not stoic in The Matrix. He says, "Whoa." He learned kung fu.
That's before he becomes the one.
Oh,
when he becomes the one.
So when he becomes God, then he stops caring.
Keanu also doesn't look like he was crossbred between a human and a frog.
Oh my god!
Just saying.
Oh my god!
Why do you hate people today?
I don't hate people. I'm just saying. I like Rami Malek.
It's Rami.
Rami.
But yeah, I think Keanu.
I love that guy. He's awesome.
He's more apt for genre films because he's been doing it his whole life. He is super. The dude. I love everyone loves Keanu. Come on. But the dude's kind of weird, and I think he's weird enough to play Silver Surfer. Because Silver Surfer, you don't really need to emote, and no offense, Keanu, I think he's honest. I honestly do think he's a great actor, just in his own way. He's not super emotive.
It's a special brand of acting.
I think Keanu is one of the kind of, I guess, because with Keanu, I think a lot more of his performance comes from the physicality of it and the the physical acting nature of his roles, and that's why I've always loved Keanu, and I loved everything he's been in that is worth watching. But
it's basically a Silver John Wick.
But, at the end of the day, out of these two, I think we can both agree that they're good picks. But which one has surfed on screen before?
Does that
I
matter?
think Rami can learn.
It matters.
There's no waves in space.
But what is he on? What is he on?
There's solar waves.
What is he riding on?
A surfboard.
It's a silver surfboard, bro.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Here's my argument against Keanu.
What is it?
This role is too small for Keanu as a superhero. He deserves better, and he deserves a bigger superhero role.
He should have been Galactus.
No, Keanu deserves a much much better and much more prominent superhero role than the Herald of Galactus. If this was a Silver Surfer movie, maybe, but he deserves to be a lead in a superhero movie. He does not. He does not need to be second fiddle.
You're acting like he hasn't played small roles before. He was just in Toy Story 4, like
as a voice. But here's what I'm saying. Keanu is a leading action man,
and Rami Malek is a leading actor. He just won Best Actor.
He's so
Silver
good.
Surfer is kind of a small role for him. He just played the biggest music star of all time.
Mr. Robot has ended, and he needs to eat.
Oh, that's right. Rami Malek did do action in the Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn Part 2.
That is true.
He's perfect for this role.
Rami Malek was in Breaking Dawn. He was also Night at the Museum.
He's also in the museum where there's action.
Exactly.
Silver Surfer, he's weird, but he's also cool, and you need someone cool to play Silver Surfer.
You don't think Rami Malek's cool?
Yeah, Rami Malek's
not really
cool.
He's cool as shit, bro.
I like him. I like him as an actor.
Here's the thing.
Cool.
I think this role is too small. I want to see Keanu as like Gambit. I want to see Keanu.
This is Dreamcasting.
This is Dreamcasting. So Rami Malek is too big for this role. But when I say Keanu deserves a bigger superhero,
that was just a counterpoint.
Oh, okay.
Because like that was a stupid argument.
Y'all are going.
Eileen said, Caleb, that's a reach. Acting like Mr. Fantastic right now, reach.
But yeah, Rami Malek is huge.
I think Keanu deserves a bigger role. I want to see him as Gambit. I want to see him as like an X-Men.
He can still be Gambit. Like we can cast that at a different point.
Yes. Oh, that'd be so good. Oh, that's way better than Silver Surfer.
That's what
Keanu Reeves Gambit.
That's what I'm saying. Like Keanu would be better. So many different heroes than Silver Surfer.
No, he wouldn't. He can't do a Cajun accent. Moving on.
What are you talking?
You're so right.
Gambit hasn't had a Cajun accent in anything except a cartoon.
But he needs to have a Cajun accent. Anyways, that's besides the point.
What?
Keanu, this is more. He can fit in this role a lot better than Raimi, in my opinion. He has the physicality for it. He has the surfing capabilities. He has protector. Sorry, I'm just.
You're trying.
Thinking. No. I'm not trying. I'm winning because Rami Malek would suck in this role.
Ethan, what's the straw poll at?
Straw polls up.
Oh yeah.
I already put it up while y'all were
and then we make them.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't stop, and I was just like, please make it in. Keanu Reeves 2-0.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't make sense, actually.
Because.
Which doesn't make sense?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Because.
Well,
Malek.
Ethan has final say. Remember.
Something's wrong.
Oh, do you need to resubmit it?
Yeah.
Or
maybe.
do you need to just pick?
No.
I think you should just pick Ethan.
No, the chat has chosen Keanu. It's fine. It was just bugging out for a second there. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, kind of reasonable.
Surfing experience.
Full disclosure.
Point break surfing experience.
Full disclosure. I agree with this pick.
I like Rami Malek.
I do too. I
do too. I think.
I just want to see Keanu in a bigger superhero role, man. That's my thing. Like,
he could totally be in a bigger.
Dude, he would be such a cool fucking Gambit. Like, he'd be so cool.
I wish he was Doctor Strange, to be honest.
I doubt he was my original pick for Doctor Strange before they put Benedict.
Benedict does it perfect.
He does a fantastic job. It's I couldn't imagine any other way.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like a Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Now for the biggest boy.
Now for the big boy, we have Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds.
Oh boy!
You mean Jormungand?
Sure.
You mean the giant space cloud that they made him into?
So
in Fantastic
we
Four,
have.
Rise of the Silver Surfer?
Oh yeah, he was a cloud. That's right.
Ben.
Who better to be
Oh my fucking god!
We're gonna pick the biggest boy in the Marvel universe. Who better to play the biggest boy than the biggest man in all of entertainment, Big Show?
Who better to be big?
Who better to be big than Big Show? Exactly. Is Hugo Weaving big? I don't think Hugo Weaving's big at all.
Hugo Weaving's small.
Big Show is big.
Real man.
Who out of these two can you think can eat a planet? Big Show or Hugo Weaving? It's gonna be Big Show at the end of the day, baby.
Please.
You don't need to have a super complex character actor to play this. You just need the Big Show, baby.
You just need big.
The Big Show can win. The Big Show can take on the Avengers. The Big Show can beat them.
Come on now. All right, Hugo
I rest
Weaving.
my case.
Hugo Weaving. Come on.
I picked Hugo Weaving.
Boring.
Weak.
Weak. He's old and frail. The Big Show is big and strong.
I picked Hugo Weaving because of his voice.
Weak.
And I thought
That's the wrong reason why to pick someone. You need someone big.
Big.
All right, I'm making
Like
an executive.
Big
Big
Show?
Show wins. I made an executive decision.
Big Show won.
Yes. Yes.
We don't even need to talk about it.
It's the Big Show, baby. You gotta give him
Oh
time
my
to shine,
god!
bro.
Can we fucking stop now with Big Show jokes? Like, holy fuck!
I can't believe we went from like a real movie to like. Okay, so imagine you're watching this movie in theaters. Everything's perfect, right? And it's like the last 20 minutes.
No, it's literally the end credit teaser.
Galactus, bro.
It's literally the end. The movie's done. The credits have rolled, and Big Show shows up as Galactus.
And then the sequel is never made.
Well, this is a Fantastic Four movie, so that would
Oh
be
Yeah, that's
my
true.
God.
That would be apt. That's true. We need the part that
Holy
kills it.
shit! Well, we have our cast.
Are we officially done with the Big Show jokes?
Unless there's a
No.
substantial reason to bring
No,
back the Big Show.
It's gonna come back in like 10
Man,
weeks.
can you imagine that Keanu Reeves is the herald of the Big Show?
Just flying in. You guys gotta hurry! There's a big fucking guy coming.
Oh my god.
Michael said everything is perfect, then all of a sudden it becomes Citizen Kane.
Exactly, because Big Show is big.
Oh my god.
Who is big in the MCU?
Okay.
Galactus.
Let's get to these results, you guys.
Oh,
So for Reed Richards, we have John Krasinski.
I'm really glad I won that one.
I didn't even want to argue it because I literally picked Hugo Weaving because of his voice, and I was like, it's a Galactus voice. Anyway, for Reed Richards, Ethan, we have John Krasinski.
Yes.
For
Yes,
Sue
perfect.
Storm, we have Emily Blunt.
Yes.
No, just kidding.
For Johnny Storm, we have Taron Egerton.
Yes.
Wolverine. Yeah.
For Ben Grimm, The Thing, we have
He had
David
his chance
Harbour.
with Hellboy.
Oh my god.
It's hop. It's hop.
For Doctor
Like
Doom, we had Javier Bardem.
Nice.
Silver Surfer, we have Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
And ladies and gentlemen, making
Big
his
Show finally won.
making his official Dreamcasting win. His first ever win. He's appeared
Out
multiple
of, like,
times on the show.
4 attempts.
He has finally
Got the
won.
perfect role.
We're 10 episodes in, and we put him in like 3 or 4 episodes.
He's finally won the coveted role of Galactus.
Oh,
The
makes me
Big
so
Show.
happy.
It's the Big Show. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
What a great list.
We had an amazing cast. And
You're the one who didn't argue it.
I didn't want to. I couldn't. Like, I just...
Exactly, because he's the Big Show.
Right. So, man, I'm really happy with this cast.
Yeah,
list.
it's a great cast list. I really
is.
think this is great.
I won.
5.
I won 5 out of 7.
Oh,
So, solid. Losers, Garrett Hudlin.
Losers.
All right, boys. Hold on. So,
I'm scared. I swear, if it's another Ben 10 episode, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna cry. So,
Second bench.
how do we feel that went? We feel that went pretty
That's good.
pretty good
That's
cast.
way
yeah,
list.
better than
That's
last
good.
week. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chat. Did you
I-
appreciate this one much more than last week's? Because we finished last week's and we were like, that was rough.
Jeez, that was bad.
I cried from laughing last week.
Oh, I did
so-
too. But there came a point
I
where I
had
just
a good
felt
time.
numb, like
Yeah.
I couldn't feel anything. So you guys know what time it is. Da 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 da. Eileen said she had a good time. Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. All right, so now we have. Still think it should have always been sunny, but Fantastic Four. They want.
It's always sunny.
It's always sunny, but Fantastic Four. Okay, so I sang the wheel song last week. Who's ready to decide our fate?
I guess I will.
Okay.
Wheels keep on turning. Rolling. Okay, go for it. I'm done.
Okay.
In the sky.
Here we go.
Praise be to the wheel.
Praise be. Give us something good. Give us something good. Give us something. X-Men! Oh!
Oh, wow.
Caleb's mic peaked.
Oh!
Okay.
Your mic is peaking too hard.
I'm sorry. I'm so happy.
Okay. So we got James McAvoy as
Fuck off.
Professor X. We got no, James McAvoy's
Oh
fine.
my god. Oh, I'm so happy we're doing the X-Men.
Wow.
Oh, you have no idea. Oh, great.
I like the X-Men.
I love
X-Men
the
are pretty
X-Men.
awesome.
X-Men is my favorite.
Ethan hates the X-Men.
I
Yeah.
just hate them as a team.
It's okay.
I like individual X-Men.
X-Men is my favorite superhero team of all time. Like I'm so excited. That's gonna be
Bro,
a
what about-
really fun episode.
What about the Inhumans?
The
Oh,
Inhumans.
come on now.
Oh my god, we wasted the Big Show win.
No.
He
Oh,
could have been the Juggernaut.
I'm gonna cast the.
Why not?
There's too many X-Men. We
Okay.
gotta narrow it down.
Okay, we'll do the main. Like
You
With
got
the main
Professor
30,
X.
the main 30 of them.
You got
Yeah.
Professor X. You got Magneto. You got freaking
Cyclops.
Logan,
Cyclops,
Jean
Wolverine,
Grey,
Jean Grey,
Beast,
Storm.
Rogue.
Rogue.
Oh fuck.
It's filling up fast.
Storm.
Storm.
We need someone besides Magneto. Gambit.
Jubilee, Gambit,
Psylocke.
Night Crawler.
Okay,
Angel.
hold on.
Angel.
Okay, here's how we'll do this. Okay. We will do
Dark
Professor
Phoenix. Yes, Kindle. Dark Phoenix.
We will do Professor X.
Yes.
We will do Logan. We will do Cyclops.
Mhm.
We will do Jean Grey. We will do Beast. We will do
You have to have Storm.
Storm.
What about Wolverine?
I already said Wolverine.
You said Logan.
Yeah. We will do Nightcrawler.
They're the same person.
But what about Johnny Five Dicks in Tim Two Chainsaw Hands?
What?
Sorry, it's a Tumblr.
I don't
It's a
know.
Tumblr
Tumblr.
post.
Okay, so then we'll do Nightcrawler, and I feel like
You need a villain other
say
than
Rogue?
Magneto.
and Rogue. We'll do Rogue.
You need a villain besides Magneto.
This is going to
It's
be a
like-
big one next month. next week.
Sabretooth?
Sabretooth, or we need two. We need like Sabretooth.
Oh, Mystique? No.
No.
Well, Mystique's okay.
Chat. Which X-Men villain do you want to see us cast? How about we do
Stryker?
that? No, fuck Stryker. I'm sick of him.
Oh, Caleb said fuck Stryker.
He's in every fucking X-Men movie. Mr. Sinister would be fun.
Yeah, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Doctor
Chat.
Doom.
Oh my
Doctor Doom.
God. Deadpool.
Nah,
He's already there.
Mm,
We gotta figure out how we're gonna fucking. I'll tell you what. I will come up with the cast.
Yeah,
of
we'll figure out.
characters, But this is gonna be.
it's gonna be pretty
Eileen said Emma
momentous.
Frost. Emma Frost
Emma
would be
Frost.
interesting.
That's all right.
Should be good. I'll tell you what. I'll come up with a list of characters and I'll send it to you guys, and then we'll go from there. I would anticipate though next week is going to be a pretty hefty episode because that's a lot of characters.
Hefty.
So hefty. Well, man, I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I know Ethan's not.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
Care.
love
No,
the X-Men.
like I've said before, I hate the X-Men as a team. The individual characters of the X-Men are great. I just think that they're shit at handling their problems and themselves.
They're the next
Okay.
generation of Marvel teams.
Yeah, and they fucking suck at it. And also that school has a terrible curriculum. Okay, like
Ethan's a teacher, so I mean,
terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
All right, guys. Well, this has been episode 10, Dreamcasting. I'm so excited for next week's episode. I can't contain it. Oh boy.
11, make a wish.
11, Make a Wish, and it was the X-Men. It's like Christmas came.
Taron Egerton as Wolverine.
All right, guys. Well, this has been episode 10 of Dreamcasting. We've done the Fantastic Four, and I'm proud of our list. I think it was a great list.
Yeah, I think
So be sure to tune in Wednesdays at 7. We do the show live every Wednesday at 7. We appreciate you guys watching. And, oh, there's my dog. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you're following. I also believe Ben and I, and possibly Ethan, we are about to play some Rainbow Six Siege and keep on streaming if you guys want to keep watching and hang out. And we'll talk about the show and just talk about everything. And we're going to have a good time. So feel free to stick around. If you don't want to stick around and watch a stream, make sure to follow Bagpipe Boy. He is streaming pretty much every day on Twitch.
Have a nice sleep.
Not really every day, but yeah, I stream.
He streams a lot. So, and Ethan, is there anything you want to say to the people before we head out?
I love you. Be safe. Have a good little sleep. Make sure to drink some water before you go to bed, and have a nice breakfast.
Oh, what a nice boy. What a nice boy. All right, guys. Well, like I said, we're going to be going live here in probably about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to be playing some Siege. So if you want to hang out with us some more, feel free to stick around, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you again for watching. We love you. Stay safe. Good night.
Good night.